Well, the truth is he's a liar, or he's ignorant, or he's arrogant, in the sense that he's ignorant and couldn't see what was going on, because myself and those sharing this format with me today have also seen it. They knew it. We knew it. Or he's arrogant and thinking that only they could tell us what's going to happen, or he is a liar and that they knew what was going on and didn't tell us. If I was to say, make a forecast like this, or Bob Chapman or anybody, we would be out of business.
Well, and Bob, I wanted you to weigh in on this thing. Now, they have a brand new way of cooking unemployment figures. The White House contends it's still below 10%, but you have it right around 20. What formula is being used, and why is the government deficient by half in accurately reporting on the unemployment?
Well, they report U6, and that's the real number, because that includes the people who are working part-time and no longer have full-time jobs, the people who are in the first group of 9.5% who are out of work, and then we have the people who are no longer getting checks from the states for unemployment, and then we have the people who are discouraged. The problem is that you have to add the numbers that are being added through the birth-death ratio to that 16.5, and you come up with 20.5. That's the real number. And those are the real people who are out of work.
And Gerald, it's been, Bob has reported since November of 2007, we've lost 6 million jobs. Under George Bush's tenure, from 2000 to 2007, we lost an estimated, and who knows the correct numbers, it could be as high as 8 million, most assuredly more than 6 million. So we're looking right there at 13 million plus jobs lost in the last 9 years alone, 8-9 years alone. We are only, by government accounting, we're only a little ways into this recession, but already, I mean, even at the peak in the recession, 1932-1933, we had up to 30% unemployment. We're past the 20% figure a year and a half into the government's so-called recession, and they're saying that it's bottoming out. Where do you see unemployment figures going?
Oh, I could see 25-30%. This is cascading. All of a sudden now, when we saw the last unemployment numbers come out, for the first time, for example, government didn't add jobs, and they've been the big adders, you know, between them, education, which is also really government jobs, and healthcare, you know, and so when you look at what's going on, the cascading effect, what do we have, 8 states now, major states, that haven't passed budgets yet. And we have, what, the 8th largest economy in the world, California, handing out IOUs? You know, it's going to continue to go there. And this is a consumer-based society. The consumer doesn't make money, they don't consume. So we can see it easily going to 25-30%. We're calling it the Greatest Depression. And as, you know, Bob well knows, and is that when you look around the globe, what do we have? We have Ukraine off, what, 23%, Japan off 14%, Turkey came in today or yesterday with 13.5% down GDP. You go around the world, Latvia is underwater, Iceland is already sunk, the Ireland is, what, off 10%, exports coming out of China off 26%. So this is, and the emerging markets are going to submerge as well. So this is a global meltdown. Around the world, they're going to call it the Greatest Depression. In America, because of the programs being put together by the Obama administration, accelerating what Bush, Clinton, and Reagan did before them, we're going to call it Obamageddon. This is the end of the American empire. They're driving the last nail into it.
We're going to skip the break here for our affiliates, and, you know, we're going to come back in out of your break, and we'll be talking, but that's fine. We only have Gerald here for a half hour. Gerald, an Obama advisor, Laura Tyson, came out and said that the U.S. should consider drafting a second stimulus package. And she said the current plan will have a positive effect, but the real economy is a sicker patient. She went on to say the money is just really starting to come out in more significant amounts. The stimulus is performing close to expectations, but not in timing. What do you have to say to this?
I couldn't get away with lies like that. I mean, come on, who are these people kidding? What? Show me. Show me. There's nothing there they can show me. And they've been wrong on their estimates to begin with. Why should we trust them now? They've been wrong in what they said was going to happen. Again, let's take the words of Big Mouth Biden. The truth is, we and everyone else misread the economy. So if they misread the economy before, why should they read it properly now? Show me one thing that Washington could say, look at the great job we did. Oh, yeah, those levees that you fixed in Katrina, oh, they're terrific. They're world class. Oh, the new World Trade Center, I love it. It's bigger and better than you even promised. And the wars that have cost us already $1 trillion in Afghanistan and Iraq, oh, they're going swimmingly well. And look at the big hoax that they've just done, saying that, the Iraqi military is taking over the cities. Oh, yeah, they just shrunk the map of Baghdad and are excluding the American posts that are drilled into the center of it. So no, there's nothing that they could prove that to us to shows that they know what they're doing. And worse than that is everyone knows this isn't even economics 101. It's economics for dummies. You can't print phantom money out of thin air, backed by nothing and producing practically nothing without destroying the nation.
Well, and add into this scenario, the Vatican weighed in on the subject of the world's economy. And by the way, and I'll say this again, we're a nation of consumers. 70% of GDP is how much you're mortgaging your home. Well, you can't hardly do that anymore. Get second mortgages. Use your home as an ATM. Your value is crashing on your house. We are up to our eyeballs in debt. So the $3 trillion in goods that came into this country last year, of which the American consumer, we're not human beings anymore. We're just numbers in ledgers. Evidently bought up. These are products and things that used to be made here in the United States for consumption here, and the money, of course, would circulate back into our own economy. Well, this is another form of hijacking where the real profits and the money is going right back out of the country. Gerald, why isn't, and I know this is probably a foolish question to ask, but why is not enough pressure been exerted on these financial committees? Are these people in Washington, D.C. just girding themselves? Have they become so afraid of the truth or speaking the truth? They're just going to continue pumping out the BS at astronomical rates?
No. They're bought off. It's basically it. Oh, excuse me, they're called campaign contributions. Let's call a spade over here.
Well, the Vatican, Pope Benedict, today called for a world political authority to manage the global economy and for more government regulation of national economies to pull the world out of the current crisis and avoid the repeat. They're calling...
There's no such thing as a political authority. It's an oxymoron.
That's right.
Anytime something is done for a political reason, that means someone is getting rewarded at your expense. Political decisions, political solutions, they're all shallow. They don't mean anything. No, it can't be political.
Well, this guy is speaking to 1.1 billion Catholics on the face of this planet, and basically what he is advocating here is the fascist state of the world. That politically, through their various mechanisms, that we can bring an end to economic woes and problems. Now, keep something in mind, that this $3 trillion in goods that were purchased here in this country by Americans, $3 trillion, folks. You want to start talking about deficits here in trading? They don't even talk about those issues anymore. But the lament was in the body of this news story, well, this is causing further harm and recession around the world because these other countries can't sell their goods in America. That's in the declining market. Now, no mention of the over 1 quadrillion derivatives of the garbage that was floated worldwide. And we're getting the blame here for a lot of different things, but something has got to pop here. What Gerald Celente is holding this hot air balloon up